Hey Tubsters, so I wanted to come on here and do a more, just a little witchy chit-chat basically. I have so many videos that I have pre-recorded and ones that I have yet to record, but I kind of wanted to kind of give you a here and in the now type of video. My air representation somehow got messed up. But anyway, so I know it's a really weird angle. It's also just how I put it on here. But I kind of wanted to talk to you. After this, I will be doing a like a Sea Witch's prosperity purse type of working. I already have some of the ingredients that I wish to use in it. But anyway, I wanted to come on here, and I have my water, and I have some tea finishing up steeping, and kind of just show you some like ultra updates and some little fun things that have been going on in my life, just so you kind of, I don't want to say get a fresh start, but I don't know, get a more true sense of what's going on in my practice. So I recently made this Sea Witch's dream purse. That's the little pictorial sigil that I used on it. And I have this little gray feather. Well, I guess it's not that little. I have this gray feather on here. If you want me to just kind of like have this bag and like this witch purse out and kind of go through it with y'all, I can. But I didn't record it. I know. I totally was like kicking myself when I found or realized that I finished putting it together and it was charging. I was like, oh, that would have been a great video. It really would have. But I'm definitely going to record the prosperity one. I'm already kind of working on a sigil for that. Yeah. So let me know in the comments if you want me to do a video just going over with y'all what it is I put in there. And yeah, let's move on. So this is a new thing. If you follow me on the gram, you will see probably today. Today is the 28th. Ooh! It's the third quarter moon today. Oops. Broke a little bit off. Anyway, I'm going to be making a... But, anyway, as I was saying... Shit, what was I saying? Crap, I forgot. Oh, if you follow me on the gram, probably today, sometime today, I'm going to make a little highlight of the past few days of me going to the sea and taking some pictures and videos, and on there you will see a tree stump, and this actually came from it. It was gifted to me from the tree, and it was really cool, and I kind of think it might be an athame, but I'm not sure, so right now it's just chilling out there. And the reason why I say that is because my wand, I don't know, it really has this functionality of it being like wand and athame simultaneously. And then I have this bowl that's going to be kind of like cauldron and chalice simultaneously. And I kind of feel like if I have that as an athame, it's going to throw it off. But who knows? Anyway, I will be showing some animal parts. Technically, seashells are animal parts in and of themselves. What was that? Anyway, so, feel free to click off if you, if that's not your thing. I'm probably gonna try and save it for the end, though. So if you want to see the rest of this stuff, feel free to continue watching. So this beauty, isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I found this and I immediately fell in love. It is wood. I think it's bark specifically. And yeah, so some things on here just because, and most are here for significance. So I'm not gonna go over everything because I pretty much did an an altar tour already, but I'm just kind of sharing with you some of the newer things that have come on to my altar. Oh, I showed you the wand and I completely forgot to show you the other thing. So one of my pieces of slate that I got from, if you follow me on the gram, you will know about the like red clay, brick, sand, whatever it is, type of thing. I found this and the other piece over there, and I talked about how I'm gonna try and see if I can learn a little more about that blood serpent that Alvine talks about, and maybe do a rite over there before I leave. So I have another piece that I actually sit my Buddha mug on as like a coaster. And so that's this piece right here. And it just sits so perfectly over here. There we go. I have another piece of, this is sponge board. Sponge hyphen board is B-O-R-E-D. It's a shell, or sometimes a stone. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything in here. I don't think so. I think it was just sand. Yeah. So I like to use these as filters. And the way that it's made is that so the sponge will is like touching it or whatever, whether it's growing on there or whatever, and then the acids from the sponge seep onto it and create all these cute little tiny holes, and stuff is just falling out of the little holes as we speak. But I use this piece to kind of like filter the chi that comes towards my altar. So any that I bring that I don't want on the altar, and any that gets sent to me as I'm like recording videos, especially if I'm live, or anything like that, I have that be there, or anything that might be outside forces, I have that filter as well.
Attention to the barracks, attention to the spaces. Can I have the following airmen report to the FBI immediately? Airman Devon, Wenzel, Philippi, Rose Derrick, Rose Williams, Roberts, and Williams. I say again, the following airmen report to the FBI immediately. Airman Devon, Airman Wenzel, Airman Philippi, Airman Rose Derrick, Airman Rose Williams, Airman Roberts, and Airman Williams. That's all.
Okay, so what was the next thing? Okay, so some of these are, I don't know what to call this, but it's like this really cool glaring. It's basically like a cluster of shells or whatever that just like grew together. And this is very similar to the other one that I had on here that was just two, and that I said kind of looked like an octopus, especially when you have it like this. I have another one. Here it is. Oops, almost dropped it. And so yeah, the last two that I just showed you are actually just decorative pieces that I've set on top of my altar. Well, on the hutch portion of the desk, which I'm using as an altar. And then this is, y'all know my pine cones. I used to have a wood crate. It was, I got it from the grocery store. They got their green beans in it. And I had it pretty much full of pine cones. And, this is one from the beach that I thought was so beautiful and perfect. Whoops. Oh. And so that sits with those as a decorative piece. And then on my altar, I have this one. this one is nowhere near as big as the one I'm about to talk about. But if y'all remember from my last channel, I don't know for certain if he's made an appearance on this channel or not, but I have a bigger pine cone, and I can't remember where they said they might be from, but I call him Big Papa. And I've used him as kind of like a Yule tree before and put like salto Yule ornaments on it. And I've also used him as like a simple altar setup for the Divine Masculine with kind of like my moon rock being the Divine Goddess. And actually, now that I think about it, I think before I went to boot camp, I know I had that set up, so he might have made an appearance on here. I'm not sure, but yeah. So I got this new representation for Earth. That I love the little sand and stone salt, not salt deposit, but deposit and growth that's on this stone. So I have that just sitting there. It size-wise, it balances out much better than having that driftwood piece that I had for a while there. Oh. I got some more of those seed pods. I actually think they're just seeds. And I got 3 total now. And when I get my bowl finally, I'm gonna make it like an Ostara bowl, kind of like that Imbolc bowl, which is salt and bay leaves, and sometimes people add crystals or whatever. So I'm gonna kind of use that, the cauldron chalice wooden bowl that has the scallop topped edging. I'm gonna use that as kind of like to put things of the Sabbat in there. So yeah, and I'm gonna make a video on that, sharing my Ostara bowl with y'all. I want to take this out real quick. Oh, okay, got it. What else was I gonna show you? Was that it? I think that was it for the show and tell. And then of course I got some more crystals and stuff, but oh, now it's time for some story time. So, one of the times when I went to the beach, there was one of these little white crabs, which I'm about to show you. Oh, hold on, let me make sure there's nothing else that's non-body part. Okay, hold on. Let me do this story time first. Okay, so y'all remember what was that? Oh, y'all remember the conch shell and how I just kind of like talked to, well, I think I told you that I put it out there more towards the sea, and I said how I really hope to find a conch shell, and shortly after I just found this. Well, I've recently found that my sea deity that's reached out to me is Menanon, and I think it's also like Menanon McLear. There's a few spellings and pronunciations depending on the cultural group that you're looking at, but I'm looking more at the Scottish one, so it's just Menanon. This is the same deity that is actually talked about in the craft. They don't use the same name because in movies they like change names around, or at least they used to in the 90s. Like with Practical Magic, they instead of Hecate they did Hectate. And I'm not quite sure why they did stuff like that, but they did. And so I think in the movie The Craft they said Manon or Mana or something like that. But anyway, so that's the sea deity I'm kind of beginning working with, and so this is kind of like a representation. This is kind of like a a communication piece that I will speak into or listen to like when and meditate with, to kind of like receive messages or to talk to him, which I'll admit I haven't done just yet, but I will be doing that soon. So another communication piece is this sea glass that I drew this sigil on. I was actually in the middle of recording my dream when I did this, had to stop for a moment to draw this sigil on there. And this is more of a, so if you looked, you could see that it was a, like a banishing or counterclockwise Widdershins spiral. this is to go into the descent. So that's more of like a communication piece of like prayer and meditation. Prayer is like an outward communication. Meditation is the receptive one. This one's more of like a visitation type of communication piece, where it's like I use it to descend, not necessarily into the underworld, but to leave the body and fly or astral travel to the astral realm or whatever, and kind of meet with deity, and that type of visitation in person, so to speak, type of communication. Whereas the other ones, I guess you could say like a sea phone, and then this would be like a travel token or whatever. And then he just today recently decided he wanted to claim my blue calcite. So he's definitely making a little altar space shrine for himself over here with the rest of my goodies. So yeah, oh wait, and then one of the other. So when I found out it was Menon, one of the ways I found out, I think it was intuitively, and then it was confirmed when I checked this book. If y'all don't have the complete book of correspondences by Llewellyn, you really should get it. It's a good buy. It's worth the money. But I checked in there on the deity sections, and Menanon was in there, and it said, there we go. It says, where'd it go? So there's this portion that says from the sea, and it says conch, and I was like, oh, you're the one that answered my prayer and gave me the conch shell. And y'all, it's really hard to find conch shells, if not just here, maybe anywhere, because so many of them get smashed up when they come ashore. Because of, I guess, how delicate they are, or how big they are, or whatever. And so finding that hole was amazing. But then, and what it is like, I kind of like talk out to the ocean, and then I get an answer. And the same thing happened with this is an olive snail shell, or sometimes just called an olive shell. And I actually have one that I turned into a pendulum, and then I used the other. So I had this one and another one that was very much like it, you know, beat up like this one, and white and all that, because I got them at the same time, and I turned one into the pendulum, and I used the other one in my dream pillow, dream purse, and I was like, oh, I wish I had some more. I really like those. And so then I found this nice big hunk of beauty yesterday, and I'm almost considering turning it into a pendant, because it's just so beautiful. I almost don't want to use it in a spell, or if I do, like maybe use it like by itself or in an open place so I can see this one. But yeah, that's kind of the little story time with Menanon, or about Menanon. Oh wait, okay, now we're gonna go into the animal parts. No, well, yes, we are. Because I do want to show you my shrine that I have to my matron patron, which I'm gonna probably have to turn on a light for. But that also has a bone, so that's technically part of the animal part. So, crab. This is one of those little white crabs. Technically I would have had two, but I didn't grab well, technically I did grab the first one, but I didn't like how delicate it was, and I was like, well, I'd rather keep it on my altar or something like that. That's what my initial intention was. And, so I decided to just leave it there, and I just kind of put it back. And then I found that one, which obviously I took with me, and I realized that Menanon wants me to, if you watched my old channel, you might have remembered my elemental salts. that were in the salt jars with the corks and the wooden spoons. And one of them for the element of water was called crab salt. And I realized that he wants me to make that again. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And if I can find another white crab or even two, I think that would be a good quantity to make for it. So that's what I have going on there. So that's going to be something I'm going to be making soon. I'm really excited. And okay, this one is really, really cool. And there's already some broken legs off of it. This is a horseshoe crab. And I kind of decorated it like you would those skulls that have the astrological symbols and stuff like that on it. And that was just kind of my preference. So what I have going on here is Aries, Mars, and Sun. This is basically telling me that I collected this on during the solar zodiac of Aries, which is basically around the spring equinox, and then on a Tuesday at noontime, and then I have some design work on each side. This is an elemental correspondences. These are two symbols for water. We have the alchemical, and then the other one, which I can't remember what type it is. It's like when you put all four together, you can get this really cool elemental sigil. I just don't remember what the type of symbol is. And I have some X's here for design work and dots. And then these are the planetary these are the planetary associations, Earth and Venus. These were intuitive. And then I just put like some dot design work right here, which you can't really see too well. And these are what's left of the legs. I have a couple over there. And I had one, it was a little bigger than this one, honestly, that I found before. But this part was like cracked, and so it was windy that day, and oh no, where'd it go? So the wind kind of like blew it back and forth, and eventually it weakened it and it broke. So I wasn't able to get that one. I've seen a few of those, that first one, and then this one I have, and then I think two more, but they're a little more difficult to grab. I'm just straining my tea. And I'm trying to remember what was the other thing. Oh, I think it's, I know that there's, I'm putting some honey in there right now. There's more. Is that it? Maybe that was it for the altar. Yeah, so now we're gonna go into the shrine. If y'all remember, that was the warning. Okay, I thought it was actual colors. So I'm gonna go turn on the light, and then I'll be back and I'll show you my shrine. Not much has changed. Only one thing actually has changed, but it's really, really cool. And I found it on the beach too. I'll be right back. Okay. Y'all, I'm really loving recording on YouTube because I can do this flip camera option, which I'm about to use right now. So, this is my little offering to, which you can't see because I cut it off of the camera. Oh my god, and goddess, you're being such a pain in the butt. Okay, I'll fix that later. So that's my Velis patron offering. And then this is my Morana offering. And this, can you see it? Will it let you see it? It's not letting you see it. It's, you would be a douche. Look, it's got a hole all through it. Oops, oh no, I just dropped some of her offering. Oh dear. I guess she doesn't approve of me sharing. Oh well. You should have knew who you were working with, honey. Probably gonna get yelled at for that later. Oh well. So this is some of the Helheim dust. And then this is some, oh, there we go, of the, ooh, what's it called? Oh, oops, I'm making an utter mess. And I can't see. Oh, here we go. Hangman's Crow offering salt. And it's got bloodstone in it, which is one of Velus's stones. And it's got some wasp nest for like wild nature properties and some dirt, and it's got cedar chips. And then these are he decided that he wanted both of my Dalmatian Jasper because it really resonates with his playful side. There we go. Okay, that didn't actually do anything. What did I put in here? I'll put my playing cards in here. Is that it? Yeah. And I actually did get some of my flowers today. They're a lot bigger than I thought. I'm gonna sit y'all down so you're on steady ground. So I got my, I think it was the violets that I ordered, and I got those. I'll go get them and show you. I'm almost positive that they're violets. Yes, purple violets. Now, I should have just bought one because of how big they are. I mean, they're fucking huge. So, like, I thought that it was a small bundle, and so I would have to get more than one. And then I was just gonna, like, break them apart with the other flowers and make a little bouquet between two of them. But this is one of them, and they're much more beautiful on camera than they are. I mean, they're beautiful in person, but they look a little more real in camera than they do in person. And then obviously this is the second one. But yeah, so I might give a bundle away to someone. Yeah, that's what's going on right now. And I'm not going to use these necessarily for magical properties. I'm going to use these for the Victorian era language of flowers as like a psychological shifting of focus and intention, kind of like working with the Chinese elements on a psychological level. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing with these. Is my tea done? Sorry, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Did I talk to y'all about the prosperity purse I'm going to be doing? I think I did. Oh, so this was the original bag I was going to use, but I've recently discovered that I want to try and see if I can make some runes. And I'm going to use this as my rune bag. Yes. I wonder. The quarter deck is now unsecured. Well, that was the fastest I ever heard them say anything. It's too big for my oracle cards. Okay. I tried. I could technically make an oracle, a bag for these now that I think about that. I totally forgot about that. I forget some of the things that I have in here. Oh! I knew I was forgetting something. So for some of y'all that left already, you're probably going to miss out on this really cool thing. This beautiful, I think it's quartz. I'm not sure. This I found in that red pit of earth. And I'm going to probably use this for card spreads. Maybe like when I do I'm thinking about going back to doing daily one card draws or... No, it's not. Anyway, so I'm probably gonna do this for like 1 to 3 card spreads. Like I said, I'm thinking about going back to my like 1 card a day type of spread, just to kind of see what that specific day has to offer or whatever, or maybe like a message rather, not necessarily a theme, but like a message from my tribe. I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. Everything else is pretty much the same. I've moved some things around, but this stuff is still, other than what I've shown you, it's still relatively the same. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna finish up this sigil, and then when I come back, we will be doing the Sea Witch's Prosperity Purse, and I think it's gonna be really fun. I can't wait to work on that. And I think I'm also gonna do a video, not necessarily today, but of the crab salt. I think that's gonna be fun as well. So, thank you for watching, and as always, abundant and eternal blessings. Mwah.